Yo, what's up everyone? It's Torsten back with another video. Today we're diving deep into the world of software development and more specifically, test automation engineering. Now you might be wondering, why should I care about test automation? Well, in today's fast-paced tech industry, delivering high-quality software is not a nice-to-have, it's a necessity. And that's where test automation engineers come in. These are the ninjas behind the scenes, ensuring that the apps and software we use every day actually work as expected. They're like the quality control specialists of the digital world, but instead of magnifying glasses, they wield lines of code and automation tools. Over the next few chapters, we'll unpack the top 10 capabilities that make a great test automation engineer. Whether you're aspiring to become one or just curious about this critical role, stick around. You won't want to miss this. First up, let's talk about the bread and butter of test automation programming skills. Just like you need to know your way around a kitchen to cook a decent meal, you can't build robust automated tests without a solid grasp of programming languages. And we're not talking about just knowing how to write a simple Hello World program, we're talking about understanding concepts like data structures, algorithms, and object-oriented programming. These are the building blocks of any software, and test automation is no different. Think of it this way, you're essentially writing code to test other code. So the better you are at writing clean, efficient, and maintainable code, the more effective you'll be as a test automation engineer. Plus, having strong programming skills allows you to create more sophisticated and targeted tests, catching those pesky bugs before they reach your users. Trust me, nobody likes a buggy app. Now, when it comes to programming languages for test automation, there's no one-size-fits-all. The best choice often depends on the specific project and the tech stack being used. However, some popular languages in the test automation world include Java, Python, and JavaScript. These languages are versatile, have extensive libraries and frameworks specifically designed for testing, and are relatively easier to learn, especially for beginners. But hey, don't limit yourself. The key is to be adaptable and willing to learn new languages as needed. Remember, the tech landscape is constantly evolving and so should your skill set. So, whether you're a coding ninja or just starting out, investing time in honing your programming skills is crucial for any aspiring test automation engineer. Trust me, it'll pay off in the long run. Alright, so you've got your programming skills locked down. Now let's talk about testing frameworks. Think of these frameworks as your trusty toolboxes, equipped with pre-built functions, libraries, and guidelines to help you write and execute automated tests more efficiently. Imagine trying to build a house without any power tools. Sure, you could technically hammer in every nail by hand, but it would take forever and probably wouldn't be as precise. That's what it's like trying to do test automation without a framework. Testing frameworks provide a structured approach to writing tests, making your code more organized, reusable, and easier to maintain. They also offer features like test runners for executing your tests, reporting tools to analyze the results, and assertion libraries to verify outcomes. Essentially, frameworks take care of the heavy lifting, allowing you to focus on what really matters, writing effective tests that ensure the quality of your software. Just like with programming languages, the world of testing frameworks offers a plethora of options, each with its own strengths and areas of focus. Some popular choices include Selenium, Appium, and Cypress, to name a few. Selenium, for instance, is a veteran in the field, widely used for automating web browsers. Appium, on the other hand, specializes in mobile app testing, while Cypress is known for its speed and focus on modern JavaScript frameworks. The key is to choose a framework that aligns with your project requirements and the technologies being used. Do your research, experiment with different options, and don't be afraid to ask for recommendations from other engineers. Remember, the right testing framework can make your life as a test automation engineer a whole lot easier. So choose wisely and happy testing. Alright, so we're talking about the top capabilities of a test automation engineer. It's about understanding CI/CD. CI/CD stands for Continuous Integration and Continuous Deployment. It helps developers deliver code changes more frequently and reliably. Think of it as an automated pipeline that tests and deploys code. For a test automation engineer, CI/CD knowledge is key. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's interesting, but why is CI/CD knowledge important for a test automation engineer? First off, integrating your automated tests into the CI/CD pipeline is essential. This involves tools like Jenkins, GitLab CI/CD, or CircleCI. Configure them to run tests automatically with code changes. Create tests that are fast, reliable, and provide clear feedback. CI/CD is about speed and efficiency. Understanding CI/CD helps you collaborate effectively with developers and operations teams. It's essential for any test automation engineer aiming to excel. Essential skills of a top-notch test automation engineer might seem obvious, but there's more to it than meets the eye. We're talking about debugging and troubleshooting. Isn't that just finding and fixing bugs? Well, yeah, but it's so much more than that. Think of it like this. If writing code is like building a house, then debugging is like being the architect, contractor, and inspector. You need to understand how each component fits together. Spot weaknesses, identify failures, and find creative solutions. Debugging isn't just fixing bugs, it's understanding root causes and writing resilient code. Now, debugging and troubleshooting in the world of test automation, it's like detective work. You're constantly analyzing test results, trying to understand why a test failed. Was it a genuine bug in the application, or was it an issue with the test itself? This requires a deep understanding of the application under test, the testing framework being used, and the underlying infrastructure. You need to be able to read and interpret logs, analyze stack traces, and use debugging tools to step through code execution and pinpoint the source of the problem. And it's not just about technical skills either. Debugging often requires a good dose of creativity and problem-solving ability. You need to be able to think outside the box, come up with innovative solutions, and be persistent in your pursuit of the root cause. So, yeah, debugging and troubleshooting might seem like a given for any software engineer, but in the world of test automation, it's a skill that truly sets apart the good from the great. Let's talk about version control systems, or VCS. It's like a time machine for your code. Track every change, go back to previous versions, and collaborate without stress. Every line, function, and comment is logged. For test automation, this is huge. Quickly identify and revert changes that cause issues. Now, the most popular version control system out there is Git. Mastering Git is like unlocking a superpower for any developer or test automation engineer. Git allows you to create branches, isolated copies of your codebase, where you can experiment and make changes without affecting the main codebase. Git makes it easy for multiple developers and testers to work on the same codebase simultaneously. You can merge changes, resolve conflicts, and keep everyone on the same page. If you're serious about test automation, get comfortable with Git. It's a game changer. Alright, so you've got the coding chops, you understand the frameworks, and you're a CI/CD wizard. But to really automate those tests like a pro, you gotta have the right tools in your arsenal. Think of it like this. You wouldn't use a screwdriver to hammer in a nail, right? Each testing tool is designed for a specific purpose, so knowing which one to use and when is key. Some tools are great for web app testing, others excel at mobile, and then there are those built for performance testing. You've got your Seleniums, your Appiums, your JMeters, and a whole bunch more. Knowing your way around these tools, understanding their strengths and limitations, that's what separates the automation novices from the true automation ninjas. Now, it's not just about knowing the names of these tools. You gotta get your hands dirty, dive deep into their functionalities, and master their quirks. Take Selenium, for example. It's the go-to for web automation, but mastering its locators, weights, and handling dynamic content that takes practice and dedication. The good news is, there are tons of resources out there. Documentation, tutorials, online communities. The more you explore, the more comfortable you'll become with these tools. And trust me, when you can whip up an automation script that flawlessly runs across different browsers and environments, the feeling is pretty awesome. Now you might be thinking, hold on MKBHD, isn't test automation all about writing code? And yeah, code is a big part of it, but here's the thing, it's not just about writing code, it's about understanding the why behind the code. That's where those analytical and problem-solving skills come in. See, when a test fails, you can't just blindly rewrite the code. You gotta channel your inner detective, analyze the failure, pinpoint the root cause. Is it a bug in the code, an issue with the test data, environment configuration gone wrong? This is where things get really interesting. You've got your logs, your error messages, your stack traces. It's like piecing together a puzzle. You start connecting the dots, forming hypotheses, and testing them out. It's like a constant loop of analyzing, experimenting, and refining until you crack the code, pun intended. And let me tell you, that aha moment when you finally figure out the problem and fix it, that's a feeling of satisfaction you don't easily forget. So if you enjoy puzzles, if you love digging deep and figuring things out, then test automation might just be your calling. Now we've talked a lot about the technical stuff, the coding, the tools, the debugging, but there's another crucial aspect to being a top-notch test automation engineer: communication. You might be thinking, wait, what? I thought this was all about computers? And yeah, you'll spend a lot of time with your machine, but you're also part of a team. You'll be collaborating with developers, testers, product owners, and even managers. You gotta be able to explain complex technical concepts in a way everyone understands. Think about it. You might find a critical bug that could delay the entire project. You can't just send a cryptic message to the developer saying, "Hey, your code's broken." You need to clearly articulate the issue, the steps to reproduce it, the potential impact, and maybe even suggest a fix. And that's not all. You'll be writing test reports, documentation, maybe even presenting your findings to stakeholders. So yeah, communication skills are non-negotiable in this field. The better you are at communicating, the more effective you'll be as a test automation engineer. So you've mastered the fundamentals of test automation, you're fluent in your framework of choice, and you're basically a CI/CD ninja. That's awesome. But here's the catch. The tech world never stands still. The world of software testing is constantly evolving. Tools you rely on today might be outdated tomorrow. Staying stagnant isn't an option if you want to stay at the top of your game. Keep updating your knowledge to stay ahead of the curve. How do you stay updated in this fast-paced world? Conferences and workshops are your best friends, packed with experts sharing the latest in the field. Online resources are a goldmine of information. Websites, blogs, and online communities offer constant updates. Hands-on learning is crucial. Experimenting with new tools is key. Networking provides invaluable insights. Now, you might think that test automation is a solitary endeavor, with engineers hunched over their keyboards, lost in a world of code. And while coding is a big part of it, effective test automation is actually a team sport. Think of it like developing a new phone. It's not just about the engineers who write the code. Designers, product managers, and even marketing teams all play a crucial role in shaping the final product. Similarly, test automation thrives on collaboration between developers, testers, and other stakeholders. As a test automation engineer, you're not just writing code in isolation. You're part of a larger ecosystem. You're working with developers to understand the code base, collaborating with testers to design effective test cases, and communicating findings to the team. This kind of teamwork ensures that everyone is on the same page, working towards the common goal of delivering high-quality software. It's like a well-coordinated product launch. All the different teams working in sync to create something amazing. And speaking of being on the same page, effective communication is the backbone of successful teamwork. Just like a tech review needs to be clear and concise to resonate with the audience, your communication as a test automation engineer needs to be on point. You'll be sharing your findings, reporting bugs, and explaining complex technical details to both technical and non-technical audiences. Think about how I break down complicated tech specs in my videos. That's the kind of clarity you're aiming for. Being able to articulate your thoughts clearly, whether it's through written reports, verbal presentations, or even casual conversations, is paramount. It ensures that everyone understands the status of testing, the impact of any issues found, and the overall progress of the project. Remember, building great software is a team effort, and strong communication is what keeps that team functioning like a well-oiled machine. It's like the seamless integration of hardware and software that makes for a truly great smartphone experience. So there you have it, the top 10 capabilities that make a great test automation engineer. From the foundational skills of programming and understanding frameworks to the collaborative spirit of teamwork and the ever-evolving need to stay updated, this field is all about continuous learning and adaptation. Just like the tech world is always pushing boundaries, so too should you. Embrace the challenges, stay curious, and never stop learning. Because in the world of software development, the only constant is change. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tech insights. And as always, let me know in the comments what other topics you'd like me to cover. Thanks for watching.